French, it's good to see you.
I like the fluffy pillows.
I see that because it reminds you of
My dog.
your dog. How big is your dog? It's like
my Tibetan Mastiff.
it's
Like,
huge.
if it stand up, is like if it stand on two, it's like 7 feet.
So the dog's taller than you technically?
Probably is, yeah. Probably the same height if it stand up straight. But it's the biggest dog in the world.
You don't get scared that what if your dog decides to switch up on you one day?
Nah, I mean, when you raise him since young, it's like my baby.
Yes.
But I seen him go bad on people.
No.
Yeah, I seen. Each one of my dogs got like a story.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I feel like, but 7 feet, French, sounds wild.
No, not 7. I'm exaggerating,
Yeah.
but it's like, yeah.
But that's still
definitely.
wild.
Yeah, it's like 200-something pounds.
I mean, how do you hug and like cuddle? Like, do you really cuddle like
Just
that?
get on top and ride. Pause.
It's so big. Every
Yeah,
time you
it's
post
crazy.
your dog.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Do people get scared when they come around the house?
Yeah, like imagine walking in my house at nighttime and all you see is something like that running towards you. It's like you'll faint.
Yeah.
You'll pass out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you'll pass out.
Have you always been a pet guy?
Yeah, always.
Did you grow up with pets?
Yeah.
Oh.
I had a German Shepherd since I was like young. My grandmother had one.
Oh.
Then when I grew up, I went and got a monkey.
I remember that. I remember
I
that.
had Julius Caesar.
And then what happened to Monkey?
I still got him. Since Corona hit, I was scared for him, and I just I left him with his father in Vegas, so he could be with his family.
I feel like I didn't realize you were such a pet person.
Yeah, I love animals.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really?
Definitely, especially dogs. I'd rather be around animals.
Real than humans. Humans are
Sometimes.
so disappointing
Yeah,
at
yeah.
times. I can't deal with humans. They're so disappointing.
I swear.
French, you are in such great spirits.
Yeah, definitely.
But we've known this for the past couple of years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So much has happened. I remember we talked a little bit. It was video chat.
Yeah.
2019, so much happened for you. You were in the ICU.
Yeah, of course.
Life was
Yeah.
very real, very
Flash.
serious. But, you were so thankful for a second chance.
Yeah, for sure.
You posted about that. How have things been since then?
Everything been straight. Everything been good, man. I've been just working,
Mm-hmm.
taking all my energy out on work, making the best music I ever made, and just staying out the way. Just staying out the way, basically.
When you have a video for your song Drive By,
Mm-hmm.
and you're having these beautiful moments in it where you're
Yeah.
hanging out, right? Whether
Uh-huh.
it be you hanging out with Drake or
Yeah,
Diddy
yeah.
and Lil Durk, and seeing where you were in 2019,
Yeah.
do you really appreciate these moments even more so now?
Yeah, I appreciate everything more. I feel like sometimes, God just got to punch you in the face. Then you get up, he punches you in the face again. Then when you get up and you get back on your tool, you appreciate everything he gives you.
Why do you think that happened? Why do you think God wanted you to have those moments? Like pre-2019, do you feel like you were, I don't know, just...
Cause some of us will never have those moments if God don't put you in your place. Some of us are so arrogant. So our egos is it's crazy. If you feel like you're making millions of dollars getting drunk and having a party every night and every day you're celebrating something, if you feel like you can make millions of dollars and do all that every night, why would you stop? If I'm making all my hits like this, why would I stop? But you're not realizing, that's not how you're supposed to be doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing to do. We're supposed to keep it balanced. But for us, there's no balance. We live like rock stars. So it's like, so when you don't want to get that balance for yourself, God gonna get it for you. If God love you. So
when you look back at that time, I don't know, do you feel like people feel like you switched up because you did change your lifestyle? Like people that
Yeah.
you used to hang out with, people who were just French, I'm coming over or whatever. And do those calls still happen or
yeah.
has everyone around you also changed?
Yeah, I feel like everybody's been around me changed when I changed, because we always live in the same way.
Gotcha, yeah.
So I'm glad I was the person that, to help with that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, at a certain time, when you overdo something too much, I feel like it's a good balance to.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I still feel high from 3 years ago.
Do you feel like that changes the kind of music you put out or not really? Because, I've heard that from artists, like, maybe a certain lifestyle brings out certain elements in their music. But for you, how has that played a part? Has it taken away from your music, or Is everything still the same?
I used to, I just used to slur a lot. That's the only thing that's made it more clearer. I don't think it changed nothing. I think I'm making the same type of music.
Yeah. Were you
Yeah.
worried that it was going to affect your music?
Nah,
Okay.
not actually, because music comes from the soul. It have, you know what I'm saying? They have nothing to do with none of that. Music comes from the soul. I feel like whether I pick records when I'm not focused or when I'm focused, it comes from my soul. So my judgment is bigger than me. I can't control the feeling that I get when I hear a certain song. I could be drunk, I could be on crack, I could be on heroin, I could be whatever. I could be,
On nothing.
Yeah.
And still feel something from your soul.
Yeah, because that's what music is.
Got
you
it.
know, that's what art is. That's what that's what things that we have passion for. When you get that certain feeling, I don't think anything that could blur your mind or blur your vision.
Was there anyone who was happy to see your change, your lifestyle a bit?
Everybody that care.
Anyone in particular?
I mean, everything's still the same.
Right.
It just we're trying to live long.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like everything's still the same. We still party the same. We still do everything the same. Now we just trying to live, because seen too many of my brothers die. There's so much going on. Like they putting fentanyl and
Right.
even if you popping perks or doing Adderalls or doing whatever it is, there's so much. It's not coming. You know what I'm saying?
It's not pure. You don't know where it's going. You don't know who's touched it.
Yeah.
You just don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you don't know what it is, and you work so hard. You got all these millions in the bank. You don't got your family. Everybody in your family depends on you. You got, a lot of people don't have responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just out there getting high, drunk, because there's nothing else to do. So they take away. They try to flush away their problems. When you have everything going on, that's
Right.
like the least for me. Like I can still do the same thing.
I'm just happy to see you in a great space. But you've been, like I said, for the past couple of years. But to see it continue.
Yeah.
Has there been moments for you where you're just like, oh, I missed that lifestyle? Or are you really...
Oh, I would have did it.
Right.
Oh, I would have did it. I'd take a shot and come back and,
Right.
But it's just like, I celebrate. And one thing about it, I want to experience every feeling, every emotion that your body go through when you take a loss, or when you win.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When you experiencing whatever it is, I want to go through every layer. Cause I did it getting lit, so I want to do it now. It's a new experience.
Right.
I mean, how more can you get lit after 20 years of getting lit? Like,
Yeah, it's a long time.
yeah, it's like
It's okay to change. It's okay
Then
to
when
grow.
you,
It's
then
okay.
when you speak to Max B, he's like, yo, I haven't had a drink in 13 years. He in there. He's like, y'all feel great. You know what I'm saying? Then even when I see Jack Harlow, he's like, yo, I'm
Yeah.
not doing that. I'm like, yo, damn, Jack, you so young. He was like, yeah, I'm learning from y'all.
Isn't that beautiful? Though?
Yeah, definitely, man.
Isn't that what you would? I mean,
Of
that is
course.
something you would want.
Of course.
Knowing you over the years, you want.
Think
people
about
to
it like
learn.
this, right? You see all these artists that's mega stars, and they so young, and all you see right now going on is the label keep dropping music on them and making money off their music. And these artists died because they're so drugged out, and that's they pain and their music, and they don't own none of that. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't mature enough to learn the game and learn how to own their music or learn how to leave something for their family. What if nobody in their family had that gift? You know what I'm saying? How they
Right.
making money? Everybody's back to normal.
Right.
So and the number one cause of that with us is drugs.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, for me seeing people like Jack Harlow, certain people just like, stand sturdy or whatever it is, like, look, I'm trying to,
Right.
be one
And
of
starting at a young age and
the, yeah,
really
this-
early on in
this
their
what
career.
I'm saying. Yeah, because they dying under 21. Like,
Yeah, it's a lot of death. It's
yes.
a lot.
I mean, I just feel pain for the family, and I also just see, like, how hard it is to make it in hip hop. At the end of the day, when it comes to music, it's like us coming up, it's like what they said when they tell you there's a way to make it in every way that's designed for us not to make it. Like, even in the words,
Wow.
from impossible, there's possible in there. From, like, from you can't, there's can in there. From everything, you always gotta flip it and turn it around and make it work for us. So when we first start, we don't know the game. We're just trying to get on. All of us get jerked.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? All of us get jerked. So you have to learn. You have to learn how to capitalize for a young artist. You know what I'm saying? Because you think about it, everybody want to be a millionaire.
Right.
But people don't know you got to make $2 million to make one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you need to put your ego to the side and just, get a mentor first of all. You know what I'm saying? It's going to save you 10 years of problems, 10 years of games, you know what I'm saying? So you learn like that. And also, I think that for young people, it's like, I think the number one thing is the drugs. You know what I'm saying? Is the drugs and not being like, if something worked for you today, doesn't mean it's always going to work.
Right. And being able to tell that, right? Like being able to read the room, like, okay, this isn't working for me. I need to figure it out, evolve a little bit.
Yeah.
When you talked about, initially early on in your career getting jerked and just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Biggest, I don't know, takeaway from that time from you. What would you say was like, I don't know, the most devastating hurdle that you had to go through? That you didn't realize at the time. You're like, I just signed a contract. I didn't realize it was going to mean X, Y, Z.
Man, I just feel like I wish I had 100% ownership of my music. I feel like every artist should, having ownership, because you figure, we gave our life to the game. You know what I'm saying? I came in with Max B doing 75 years. Chinks lost his life. My brother deported, this and that. We really lived this life with the music. We living proof that you can make it, but you're going to go through a lot of trials and tribulation. There's a lot of hurdles in the way. But if you're going through all of this and you're sacrificing your life, there shouldn't be somebody else that's sitting in Germany somewhere or in Costa Rica or wherever they are,
right,
and they're making more money off your stuff than you.
When did you realize that was happening to you? Do you remember that point where you're just like, man, I remember when I realized, wow, okay.
I mean, when I just see different, like, certain people, deal structures and shot the Russ, people like Russ, and people like, Cash Money, and certain people that just like, that's owning they masses and owning this and that when something happened to them, they could just pass it right on to their kids. Here, this is going to make you money every month for the rest of your life. I feel like now we just be so unrecouped. We could sell Unforgettable, just win diamond. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
wow.
I got like,
congrats though.
Thank you. It just happened like the other day. I got like 3 platinum albums, like, things like that. But it's never too late. You can always, I'm only getting better with time. So
what do you have to do at this point to get full ownership? Have
I feel like you just got to finish up your albums with the label, this and that, and learn. I feel like it's a learning process. You know what I'm saying? It's a learning process. You gather your team and start making money. I feel like it's the best way. You want to leave your legacy with somebody you love to make money off of it. If you feel better.
How do you not have resentment towards the process, right? Because the way you're talking about it is very from a learning, it's experience.
Yeah.
I'm going to get through it, right?
Yeah.
But not everybody's going to be like you, French. You know what I mean? Some people, I don't know if I got played or, me being naive got me in a bad situation. I don't know if I could have a positive outlook like that. So how does someone who realizes...
Yeah, I mean, because you lose twice.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, you lose twice if you stay like that. I feel like, if you never, I mean, we come from where we lose more than we win. You know what I'm saying? So, taking an L, you more like, when you take a loss, it's like, okay, it's regular. Come on, let's bounce back. It's like you say, you're not surprised when people do phony. You're surprised when they keep it real. That's exactly how it goes for the business. It's almost like, like, man, I learned from this. Now let me do it like this. And you're gonna lose so many times until you catch that one win, because if it was easy to catch that win, everybody would be a French Montana, everybody would be a Jay-Z. You You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Jay-Z. Look how long it took him to get in #1. But he have 17, 19 platinum albums. So you have to pick your wins and losses in the game. You know what I'm saying? Your legacy. And I feel like he's one of the people too. You know what I'm saying? Like I learned a lot from. And for him to be in like the king of New York, it's just like you gotta see all the losses he took, all the wins he took. When he first came out, nobody wanted to sign him. He had to go and start Rockefeller by himself with his own money. You know what I'm saying? So that if he would have signed straight up to the label, he would have got jerked. So him starting Rockefeller with Dame Dash helped him understand the business and start the business.
Yeah.
And so that loss turned to a win.
What was your biggest loss that you've had the biggest win from, though, ultimately, if that makes sense?
The biggest loss I had was me trying to go to the NBA.
It's all right. It's okay. Happens to the best of us.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That one, and the biggest loss was my father left. And I became my mother's husband, and my brothers became my kids.
You had to carry that big responsibility.
Yeah, because that's what made me French Montana. You know what I'm saying? That and not being able to play basketball. I feel like it's like everything that didn't happen in my life that I want, and narrowed my vision into that what I love.
Yeah.
I just followed what I love.
There it is. Yeah.
I didn't follow like nothing else. I followed what I love, and I followed the hustle, and it got me there. You know, because I remember like when we came from Africa, like I couldn't go to college because I ain't have no paperwork. We had burnt the visa, so I couldn't get a job. I played ball, and I was playing for AAU ball, but I couldn't really go to college. So it was like, all right, what we gonna do now? You know what I'm saying? So that, just my love for music. I feel like God just narrowed my goals into that one. Took all my energy and spent it on one thing.
When did you first fall in love with music? Do you remember when that happened?
I fell in love with music when I didn't even know what they were saying.
Right.
I fell in love with music around like Tupac, All Eyes on Me when it came out. I didn't even know the words, but that's what helped. But that's what helped me musically though, because I know what a person that don't even speak English think. They listen for melodies and they listen for certain things that they don't care about what you're saying out here. You know, so that helped me come up with the big hooks and all the vibes.
The melodies. That's so interesting.
Yeah, because when you go out the country and you perform in all these countries that they don't speak English, you know.
It's the melody.
Yeah.
That is really interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't think of it like that.
Definitely.
That makes complete sense. Wow. That was a different perspective right now, French. I wasn't expecting that one right there.
Yeah. Yeah, they listen for melodies. Yeah.
I love that you said Pac, and I love that you All Eyes on Me is such a great album, man. God.
Around that time.
And when you think of it being a double disc,
Yeah.
and every song on it is like
Crazy, yeah.
right? Every song on there.
Yeah, that was the year where the Pillars was made, the Pillars of hip hop.
I just
him and Biggie, those albums only get better.
Every song on their albums.
Yeah.
That
was competition at its finest.
It's tough, man.
Yeah, that was competition at its finest. For artists to only drop 2 albums and still remain the king of New York is like such.
It shows so much. So much about the music and the talent is so undeniable.
Yeah.
It's classic. It's timeless.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it's like we all
sure.
dream to have our legacies live on in a timeless way, in a classic way.
Yeah, for sure.
How do you want your legacy to be remembered?
Man, just like an immigrant kid came here and pursued the American dream beyond his wildest dreams. I feel like
made it, right?
Yeah. I feel like the immigrant stories ain't told enough with success results. You know what I'm saying? It's dropping a documentary when it's gonna show the whole story.
When is this documentary? Talk a little bit more about this.
Yeah, this documentary we're doing it. Me, Drake executive producing it.
That's great.
Puff in there. It's just the whole. It's like the journey. Me and my mother, my father, when we came here in '96 and straight to the Bronx, the mecca of hip hop, and having to learn English and live in the struggle and the hustle, and just basically just having that leap of faith. I feel like that leap of faith just taking that leap of faith and just making sure that kids all around the world can see it and just see that there is hope.
How vulnerable are you going to get in the documentary?
Oh yeah, everything is vulnerable in that documentary.
You're not worried at all? Because, listen, people are going to watch it. They're going to learn about, okay, your dad left. Like, what does this mean? And
yeah, definitely.
How's your mom going to deal with this?
She don't even want it.
I know. I'm sure she doesn't.
Yeah, she don't.
She's nervous, I'm sure, right?
Nah, but she don't, she don't like being in,
right.
in the middle. But, it's bigger than her.
But she understands why you want to do it.
But the documentary is named after her. It's for Khadijah.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
But she's still like, no, don't put me in
I mean, she sacrificed. She didn't get to see her brothers and sisters and her whole family for like 25 years. Because she wanted to build careers for us. So, and it's just like, Jay-Z seen it, Drake seen it. Like, every time they seen it, it's an eye jerker. Fat Joe narrating it. It's crazy. Because the Bronx vibe, it's crazy.
Why do you think it made them emotional? What is it about it? Do you, like...
If you got a heart, and it's like, it's one of the movies, it's just like, it's not a documentary, it's like a movie. If you got a heart and you had a mother and you had a struggle and if you went through any of that, then you're going to feel it to your gut.
When can we expect it?
We're supposed to premiere it, Toronto Film Festival.
Nice.
Yeah, so,
This is great.
Yeah,
and it feels
crazy.
good. You know what? I love that everybody who's a part of making it happen, they're really your friends.
Yeah, of course.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Everybody that's in it is my friends, my childhood friends is in
Right.
there. Yeah, Puff talking about our journey. Max B's in there from jail.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like the whole everything. The Chinks era, the Coke Boys era, everything.
You're not nervous about the vulnerability, huh?
Nah, because people, they got to see, because we make it look so easy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We've been doing it for so long. To us, it becomes easy. So there's a filter between us and the people, so they don't get to see the real deal. And I watch a lot of documentaries, and people don't get to see the...
Right. Are there documentaries that you really like that you felt like, man, they did a really good job telling this person's story? Is there any docs that you really enjoyed that you've seen recent?
Eric Clapton.
Okay. What was it about that you were just like, wow?
Where his kid fell from the hotels in New York, and he went through like that whole addiction, the heroin addiction, and came. And after he almost died, he came back and then won a Grammy. Tears of Heaven. No, that's like one of the best documentaries I've seen. That one, which I think did a good job. I don't like documentaries where you just highlighting your awards and your accomplishments and this and that. That doesn't give nobody hope. You know what I'm saying? You got, I feel like showing people how to get there is what I focused on mine. Like from the lowest, like I want you to see us when it was on welfare. Like I want you to see the struggle. Like I want you to see, everything. How I used to come out of the building when we was hustling, and just happening on the block and selling coke and doing this and doing that, like the real deal.
And you know what's so interesting is that I feel like you've been always sharing your story, but I think the fact that you're putting it in a documentary gives it a different way of expression, right? Like you're sharing a story. This is where you started off. This is what you've evolved to, right? Like, I mean, the evolution is so important. Are you proud of how much you've evolved, French?
Yeah, definitely.
Good.
And everything came back full circle. Like even now, like, I'm back, with Harry Fraud.
Right.
And we just, we just finished this album. And it's just like, this since I've known him for like over 10 years, this is the first time that we made a full album with just Harry Fraud production. And that's when the people love hearing me the most on his music. So
why do you think that is?
Man, I remember when Max B got locked up and I was just like the most blackballed artist and I had to lock in. And when I came up with Shot Caller and Chop It Down and Pop That and I Ain't Worried About Nothing and all of those, there was a moment in my life where it's either I had to lock in or I was going to fold under pressure. And when I locked in with Harry Fraud. And he was just like, he had that sound, that gloomy sound. It was just like, Gotham City sound. We didn't look back.
How is it being in the studio with him and working on a whole project together? Because it's different than one song. Do you guys
Yeah.
ever get on each other's nerves? You
Yeah,
ever
all the
like,
time. Cause he got his own vision. I got my own vision.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
you have to. I mean, if it don't happen like that, then it's like,
right.
it doesn't count. It's like you're just paying for service.
If you have a creative difference with him, who ultimately gets the last say in the situation? Or is it just case by case at this point?
Man, I think both of us and whatever makes sense.
Right.
Once it get bigger than us, we just ask everybody else.
Right.
We get like 3 people that we,
All right. What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think? Okay.
Get somebody with experience, and we just, appreciate they talent, and we just be like, yo, what y'all think? They be like, that one. All right, the most votes get it.
Who is that person for you that you go to when you're just like, all right, I have to make a decision, and their answer may sway me one way or another?
I would go probably to my little brother. I would go to Sal, Puff,
Right.
if it gets there.
Right.
Because I remember Puff before, I sent them Pop that. He was like, it sounded like a mixtape record. So his judgment to me sometimes would be like,
No, Puff.
Yeah. Shout out to Puff. But he's always on point, though.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
When you first started cultivating a friendship with everybody, especially someone like Puff, did you ask questions about working with Big? Because, here we are talking about Big's album and their legacy.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you remember that time when you're just like, so Puff, how was it working with Big? Did you ask those questions, or do you guys not talk about those things,
Yeah, it would be certain things that would happen. He would be like, this is how me and Big did it, something like that.
Oh, my gosh. What a moment, right?
Yeah. So I'd be like, yeah, that's dope. I mean, I'm a student.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a student. So, I learn more when people don't even tell me nothing. I'm just there. I'm just soaking up information.
Who's somebody that you would love to soak information from and just hear, maybe whether it's stories or experiences that they had, and you would just love to just be able to watch and learn from them that you haven't, minus Puff, minus your friends, somebody that, or an era that you wish you could go back and be like, oh, I wish I could just.
But there was experiences where like, where I mean, it might not be mistakes. It might have been like lessons that we had to go through. I would say Jay-Z, or me and him was talking one day, and he was just like, yo, that Freaks record you put out after Pop That reminded me when I put out You Could Be My Sunshine. So I already knew exactly what he was talking about. He was like, you should have just went straight from Pop That to I Ain't Worried About Nothing. And that just goes to show you that even the greats make those type of mistakes, because there's a thin line between, a super smash and street records, And to us, we always, we want to expand. We want to be, what I'm saying? We want to always be, be number one. But sometimes being number one in the streets means more than being number one on the billboards. Because they support you forever.
Right.
So I just feel like, when he said that, I automatically, even though Freaks with me and Nicki Minaj, is gold about to be platinum, I got what he was saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Any other era that you would love to just be, an observant and just watch the behind the scenes?
I mean, there's only one golden era in hip hop.
Right.
Yeah, there's only one golden era that everybody in our generation wished they was at, which is the Tupac and Biggie and that whole era, the Mace and and that.
It was so much.
Yeah, like that era is like, cause it's like asking somebody to play basketball. Like, when do you think you wish you was playing basketball? Like Michael Jordan, '96, like Chicago Bulls, or it's like like with basketball is different, but as far as hip hop, that's where everybody's heart go back to, cause the list is still the same for who's top 5 that are alive. You're always gonna say,
right,
Snoop, Dre, Pac, Biggie. So that era when the Chronic and it was back and forth it's undeniable.
Yeah. Oh man, I always am like, God, I wish I wasn't born so much later.
Yeah.
Like just to have been in those rooms or just see what the energy was like.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So wild. Let's talk about the brand new album.
Yes.
Produced by Harry Fraud. Okay, tell me about the title, Montega.
It's just dope.
Okay. So who came up with it? Was this you or was it?
Yeah,
okay,
it was
so
me.
It was you.
Yeah, Montega just stands for heroin for dope.
The artwork, is that the official artwork?
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
How old are you in that photo?
Probably like 7.
Do you remember being in
Nah,
that? Okay.
but I remember that picture was in Africa somewhere.
Where do you remember? How did you get the picture? Was it your mom was holding it?
Yeah, it's my
Of
mother.
course,
She
yeah.
always sent me old pictures.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
What do you think? Did you ask your mom what was I doing during this time? Or like,
Yeah, of course. I mean, just ripping and running over there was crazy. It was crazy times. Just ripping and running. It was probably, posing somewhere in my grandmother's house.
oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest her soul.
Are you able to keep in touch with your family back home and
Yeah,
everything?
yeah.
Good.
Definitely. When we left, we didn't get to see them for like 20 years.
Did you? And at that time, if you think about it, making phone calls were expensive,
Yeah.
right?
You need
Like it's
calling cards.
now video chat is different than internet,
Yeah,
but back then,
Back then, you need calling cards. You got to scratch off the calling card.
Yep.
Some people still do it certain parts of Africa, but thank God for
Yeah.
sure.
So do you live in LA full time?
No, I'm in New York, LA,
Okay, because
and
I
Vegas.
was like, did you forget about New York at this
Nah,
point?
nah,
Because
nah.
I feel like so many artists go to LA and they just
Nah, the only thing about New York is the winter time sometimes.
it's tough.
Yeah, it's tough during the winter. So,
But this is home for you. You know what it is.
Yeah, that's what
You
I'm
got
saying.
spoiled in
so,
LA.
so in the winter time, usually I go back to LA for a second or Vegas.
Yeah.
I'll be in Vegas. I got my residency there.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I've had my residency there for like 5 years now.
And how Vegas is just one of those spots. Like I love dry heat. Do you like dry heat? So it
Yeah.
probably. Oh yeah. So you're good.
Yeah, I just love traveling. Just
Is there
love being-
somewhere you haven't gone yet that you really want to go to?
Well, we're supposed to go to India this year
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I've heard great things.
for sure, and
I'm
I want to go
excited.
back to Africa, probably like Nigeria, like
Lots of countries to visit. Lots
yes,
of countries.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What do you think traveling did for you as far as musically? Do you feel like it's influenced your music? Does it give you different perspective? Does it change how you are as an artist?
It doesn't really change my music. It just makes me appreciate life. Just appreciate the God creation.
Yeah, the experience.
Yeah.
To be here, to be where you are in this moment.
Yeah, just
right?
to see things. Yeah, just to see God creation and just see these things that we take for granted. In different places that you're not used to seeing. I feel like that's more for me. I don't think it does nothing for the music. I make better music when I'm here and tapped in outside.
Do you make better music in New York or in LA? Or is it the same for you?
Well, I can't really. I think just on the road. I made Pop That in Miami. I made Unforgettable in L.A. I made I Ain't Worried About Nothing here. I made right. So it's like it's different type of sounds. But New York sound is a New York sound.
That's right.
So you figure a lot of East Coast artists never got out that box because they stick to one sound. I feel like I never really trapped myself into one sound, but I can come back and give you that sound if you want it. Like what I'm doing with Harry Fraud, the original Coke Boy sound. Like that's what I especially now. I'm gonna give you sound you never like you never heard in your life, but I can also.
In addition, right.
Yeah.
Where did you and Harry Fraud do this? The bulk of the album here, LA?
Yeah, here.
A combination here in New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, Harry Fraud, we did it here. Got Ross on the album. Got Chinks, rest in peace, on the album. Babyface Ray. Got ESTG. Got Jadakiss and Benny the Butcher on one song.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's that sound.
Who's somebody that you haven't worked with that you're really hoping on your bucket list as you continue your career that you haven't? Because listen, you've worked with so many people already,
Yeah.
one way or another. But something that's personal to you.
Probably Max B when he come home. That one. And I said like Coldplay. It'll be somebody out of the woodworks, but like a Adele type vibe, but just like I have so many artists, man, that I love that just like have nothing to do with hip hop.
You're a fan of.
Yeah.
What is left for you to do at this point, right? Because here we are talking
Finish
about
the book.
Finish the book. Tell me about the book.
Finish the book and the legacy. I feel like I spent so much time in my career making music that labels own. I feel like now you know, this project is gonna be my first project that I fully own my music 100%. You know what I'm saying? So I want to start that chapter and have a, you know, a good enough stash with all my music in it that I own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about you and your love life, French. We've
Oh,
seen
that-
your name floating around a little bit.
June 24th is the album. Montega.
I know. And you know what? Shout out to DJ Camilo. We are always like teasing you on the air about French is just living his life.
Montega, June 24th, the album.
Are you in a relationship?
No.
I just gave you a real softball right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, that was softball.
That was a real softball. Okay.
Yeah.
So no relationship.
No. I just feel like, you know, sometimes I just like, you know, to stay happy.
Yeah. Of course. We all want to stay.
And no, that's what I'm saying. So I don't look forward to be on like TMZ, Shade Room, and this and that. It's like because that's part of my life that is not under a microscope. Because I'm
It
not.
was for a while though, right? Did you feel like it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, I've been in relationships my whole life, you know, but the past 3 years or something like that, I just, you know, just been chilling.
What have you learned about keeping your relationships private now versus before?
At the end of the day, it's like everything negative you read out there. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's happy for you.
You think so?
Of course. I mean,
We get happy even when they're rumors. We get happy.
yeah, because
Right.
y'all know the artists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I like to see love.
Yeah.
I like love stories.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But because you love the artists and you know
Yeah.
the people. You know what I'm saying? But you know, there's an ocean of haters out there that's not, that don't care.
Right.
You know,
Do you feel
you also got people that their whole life is in shambles and they care about Beyonce having a baby, or like there's like a whole different world of like,
people wanting to invest in people's personal life?
yeah, with negative that you don't need.
But you do understand that people are curious about you, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. But I'm saying a lot of times the people that I'm with get affected. I'm cool. I'm bulletproof. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, and it's just unnecessary for what?
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I mean, when you put it like that,
It's like a boat, man. It's like you on the yacht, right? It's like the ocean is just like full of people. Once you start letting that water in the yacht, you're
It's
going to
over.
sink the ship.
it's over.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I always just looked at it, man. I just like to keep everything private.
Yeah, I was like, maybe I just really love stories. And shout out to Camilo.
Shout out to your love story.
Hey, man, listen, and you know what? I do keep as much private as possible. I mean,
You learned.
I've learned over the years just because some things I just want to hold on to.
Yeah.
Right? Like I just
The
love
people
the
catch
moments.
it. They catch it
They
like
catch
they always
it.
do.
Yeah.
But,
But if
you know,
not,
yeah, it
it's
is.
I don't
We're
need
not-
to display it out there.
We're not gonna be making TikToks in the house.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
It's just
We've
learned.
Yeah,
We move on.
we're not gonna game plan something in the house.
Can't
like,
do
you
it.
post this. I'm like, nah.
Can't do it.
If they catch us, they catch us. Like, and they always do.
Yeah. Okay, we move on. But I want to talk to you a little bit about you coming to Summer Jam. Lil Durk brings you out at Summer Jam. And French, you always come through. And I don't know why, but I feel like I expect it. But then when you come out and the fans react the way they do,
Yeah.
every time
Yeah.
when you're on stage at Summer Jam, does it surprise you? Do you take in the moment?
I done gave New York City my life. You know, they don't watch me. You know, from the beginning to now, and it's been nothing but real. Well, then our whole movement. So when they see me, they see Montana, the one, you know, because the streets is what really made me. You know what I'm saying? Like from when we started, from the Cocaine City DVDs to the Mac and Cheese mixtapes to the Coke Wave mixtapes to the Casino Life to the, you know, from everything from A to Z, it all been part of the street. So when they see me, they see a product of them.
What song do you perform at Summer Jam or when you're back home that you always know is going to go off to a different level?
We could have did the Schmurda, we could have did the Shot Caller, we could have did Pop That, we could have did Ocho Cinco, we could have did No Shopping, we could have did Lockjaw, we could have did Unforgettable. We could have did Loyal. We could have did All the Way
My
Up.
bad.
We
This,
could
I
have
mean, the
did Work
catalog.
Remix. We could have did.
The catalog. This catalog.
You know what I'm saying? Where you want to take it? We could have did Stay Scheming. We could have did No Stylist. We could. Where you want to go?
Do you feel like your catalog is appreciated
I mean, nothing gonna be appreciated until
the way you would want it as an
yeah,
artist?
until you're not here no more. I feel like nothing gets appreciated, but the catalog is there.
You have such a positive outlook on things.
I mean, you can't.
Have you always been this way?
Yeah, you can't. I mean, when you get mad twice at one thing,
Yeah.
then you learn just to get mad once at it, and the other one. You know what I'm saying?
That's it'll be a loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what you going? You gotta keep doing your thing. You can't shift all your energy on that because it's some things that you gotta let God fix it.
Out of all of your songs, this is gonna be a tough question.
Mm-hmm.
The most, I don't want to say important, most sentimental song for you that really embodies who French Montana is, and in 15, 20 some years, this is the song that they play that's like, this is French.
Man, there's a couple. There's Sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
There's Unforgettable. Shot Caller. There's the anthems, but
Right.
I have so much music.
I know. That's why I said it's tough.
Yeah. I have
know.
so much music. It's like you get the Busted Open French Montana.
Right.
There's the Pop Dads and you know what I'm saying. You get the Unforgettables, the famous French
Sure.
Montana. Then you get the Shot Callers, that I Ain't Worried About Nothing, French Montana. And it's like three different people.
Which sound do you enjoy the most? I know that's tough.
This Harry Fraud sound.
Mm-hmm.
Picking samples that I haven't heard producers abuse yet, from the Kanye's to Dipset to Just Blaze, or whoever had that sound before, for me to elevate that sound and take it to the next level. That's what me and Harry Fraud focus on. How we dig in the crates.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at my playlist, this and that, I listen to music from from back. The music you can't even find on YouTube or wherever you go. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to find the craziest samples. And that's what we focused this album on that we did. Is like, what's the craziest samples that we could find? You know what I'm saying? How can we put them all to one project?
Favorite song on the new album?
I think all of it.
Really?
Yeah, I think all of it.
Okay, let's narrow it down to top 3. And not because nothing else matters, but the ones that you felt like, I don't know, it has your soul a little bit different. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I would say Blue Chills. I would say Drunk Words, Sober Thoughts. And I would say Bronx Mecca.
Which song was the hardest to put together? And it could be for multiple reasons. It could be getting studio time. It could be like you and Harry Fraud agreeing to something.
It was a lot of records that we could have got other artists on it, but me and Fraud focused on new artists like ESTG and like certain other artists. We didn't want to stick to the same thing.
How do you work with a new artist?
Yeah.
Right? Is it going through managers, or do you prefer it to be?
No, I prefer to speak to them direct.
So are you DMing like an ESTG or whoever?
No, like I will know somebody that know them. Like, for example, ESTG, my guy Nigel, he used to do Most Hated back in the days. He's with him. So I was like, yo, let's do a record together. We always wanted to work on something. Babyface, Ray, I was shooting a video, 42 Doug, and I bumped into him. But also, all these people is like, they used to the wave sound. They used, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So, once I see that there's like, influence in the music or something that sounds similar to what I'm doing, then I was just like, okay, these two things can merge together and be something special.
Got it.
So when I hear, the sound of ESTG, he do the soul trap, and same thing with, it's like two different worlds, but they when they come together, it's like.
I love that you have that vision. Well, that's what makes you an artist,
Yeah.
right? When you could hear something different than
Yeah.
what you do, and but you
You
can
gotta
still
see something
find a
done. You
way.
gotta see something done before you do it.
This is exciting. So
Yeah.
so are you nervous? This is your 6th album, right?
Yeah.
Or do numbers not even matter at this point for you, French?
Nah. I mean, it's my
Right?
it's my
Studio.
second mixtape, but it's like tape, but it's like album. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but studio albums I got like 4.
Gosh, the body of work, when you go through everything, do you care about those things though, like numbers and
No, I mean I have 4 albums that none of them did over 100,000 first week, but all 3 of them platinum. I came
the way
from
you dropped that was so casual. They ain't platinum. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, I came from the era where it's like when I got signed to Akon, I seen him do 27,000 first week, and that same album ended up selling 5 million. And I know artists that sold over 100,000 first week that their album not even gold. I think it's all a facade. I think it's all rigged.
That's so interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's all rigged. I think that people should just focus more on the art and let the art grow. Because there's certain artists that right now, they drop music and they're not really appreciated until years from now, years down the line. It could be from special artists, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Real dope artists. Like Jay-Z has said, in the interviews, Bobby Blues, and I listened to him. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain artists from the Marvin Gayes, and they just appreciate their music now more than anything.
I love that you share this because a lot of times I feel like there's so much pressure on new artists.
Yeah.
And, it's part of the game when you first come in.
Yeah.
Numbers are important.
Yeah.
And I love that you're sharing this perspective because it's the art that matters.
Yeah, because you want something that's going to live forever.
That's right.
Like when I first got Unforgettable, nobody believed in it. It's diamond now.
What do you mean nobody believed in it?
Yeah, nobody. I had to fight to get that record going.
Are you French?
I had to put up my own money. With a lot of records, not just that record. Like I told you the story with Puff earlier. I sent him Pop that, and he was like, "This sound like a mixtape record." So you really have to feel it in you, whether it's your project, whether it's your song, whatever it is. Like even now, I'm fighting for Mobstick. I know Mobstick is about to go. So it's just certain things you have to fight for in your career that you believe in. That when everybody tell you no, you just have to focus on it. Like I said.
Wow.
Yeah, like 3 out of 4 albums is platinum, and
Wow.
And having sold over 100 first week, that's like that. There's nothing to explain that, but but you gotta believe in your art and believe that it's gonna grow.
The last time we talked, and even this time, what a lot of people were saying. The last time we had a conversation, they loved your feedback, your outlook on life. Mm-hmm. I think you should do more in this space, French. Like it's so yeah. I don't know if it could be a podcast, but it's so inspirational.
Yeah.
And I think knowing you over the years
Mm-hmm.
and seeing the depth
Mm-hmm.
and the layers and the evolution.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy sharing everything that you've gone through, or?
Yeah, I don't mind. I felt when the
It's
time
really
come, I'm
inspirational.
Yeah, I'm open to everything. Yeah.
I love it.
I'm open.
Like I think you have great conversation, but great insight. And I think that's important, especially during a time that the world can be so dark.
Yeah.
And the fact that you hold on to the spark and
Have
those
to.
beautiful
You'll
moments.
go crazy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And to see your success and to see that you're taking it day by day and enjoying this journey.
Yeah.
I am so happy for you.
No, thank you.
Honestly, and I haven't seen you in so long.
Yeah,
You go to everybody else, but you don't ever come to me. But no, I'm genuinely happy for you,
thank
French, to
you.
see you throughout the years and to see you doing it the way you want to do it.
Yeah, thank you.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
I wish other artists could say the same thing, and I know you appreciate these
Yeah,
moments.
of course.
But
no, thank you.
French, thank you.
No, thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you so much for being here.